What is going on, guys? Welcome to your 70th, there we go, Java tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to be going over something called JList. Now what JList is it's pretty much a list for your GUI, and when you click on one of the options we can make an event happen, such as in this case switching the background color. So let's go ahead and get started. If you can't tell, I imported one more thing here, so make sure you have all of your imports right here. If you need them, pause the screen, but you probably don't, so I'm just going to go ahead and minimize those right there, and now we're good to go. The first thing we're going to need to do is make a variable for that JList. So let's go ahead and make private JList, because that's what type it is, and I'm going to name mine list for simplicity. Now after this, what program we're going to be making is we're going to have a list of colors, and when you click on one of those colors it changes the background. So we're going to have two arrays, one for the color name and one for the actual colors themselves that the computer can recognize. So one that we can recognize and one the computer can recognize. So let's go ahead and make our first array just the color names that we can recognize. So it's going to be private static string. It's just going to be the names of the colors, and just name it color names, and we'll set it equal to let's go have a color like black, blue, red, and white. We'll have 4 colors in our list. You can have more if you want, but I'm just going to have these basic ones. And make sure to put them all in quotation marks like this, and then in your line with a semicolon, bam, you're good to go. So I have 4 color names in our first array called color names. Now the second thing I want to do is build an array of colors that the computer can understand. So go ahead, private static. Again, I'm going to name this array color, or excuse me, it's going to be of the color type, and I'm going to name it colors. And in this list we're going to put the colors in the way that Java sees them, and that's this color dot black all in caps. So that's how Java sees colors or recognizes them. It's from the color class, and then you write the name of the color all in caps. And our next one's blue, so color dot blue all in caps. And our next one's red, so color dot red all in caps, and color dot white. So now we should be good to go. Looks like we aren't getting any errors. And now let's go ahead, and we have our 3 variables pretty much: list, color names, and colors. We can go ahead and build our constructor or window. So go ahead and build your constructor, and it's not going to take any arguments. Just go ahead and do some housekeeping stuff. Add the title, and where are you at, cursor? Ugh, got the hiccups, embarrassing. And next thing you want to do is set the layout, and just going to set this to normal flow layout by putting new flow layout. I wonder why they capitalized the F in that one. Pretty weird. And don't forget your empty parameters. So now we have a title and a layout. Now we can go ahead and start messing with our list. The first thing we want to do with our list variable is actually create something. And what we need to do is create a new JList, and the parameter JList takes is an array of what you want the person to see, and we want the person to see the color names is the options. So let's go ahead and just write color names in here. You don't need it in like quotation marks or anything like that. So now we have a list, and it pretty much is just a list of color names. What we want to do now is set how many rows, or pretty much the height of the list. So go ahead and take that list and put set visible, there we go, row count right there. Too easy. And what this is how many options the user can see by default. Now if you put like they can only see 4, but there's like 10 items in a list, a little scroll bar is going to appear on the right. But since we only have 4 and we put 4, then it should fit just perfect. The next thing you want to do is go list set what's it called, selection mode. There we go, right there. Set selection mode. And for the parameter it takes is this: some lists allow you to select one thing or another thing, and some lists allow you to select multiple items. the one we want to use is we only want to be able to have a single selection at a time. So we're going to have as a parameter list selection model dot single underscore selection, just like this. And now instead of like clicking control and selecting many things or shift, the user can only select one thing in our list at a time. So now the last thing we need to do, since we got our list all made, is just add it to the window, or well, yeah, that's all we need to do, add it to the window. So add new J scroll pane, and of course we want to add our list to here. And now we added our list to the window pretty much. So in the next tutorial we're going to be adding some functionality to this list, and it's a little different than the other tutorials. I'm going to be teaching you something even newer and easier in the next tutorial. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check out the next tutorial. So I'll see you then.